Hi guys, welcome back to the show. My name is Rita and I'm the host of the Good Old Days. And today it's going to be some change. Okay, so we will be speaking some Arabic at some point. And yeah, but before we go into that, I would have to request you, as the usual tradition, to please subscribe to this channel and give this video a like, comment, and share with your friends. And yeah, let's engage with the channel and see it grow. So today, I'm hosting a friend, Mariam, and I do not want to speak too much. I just want her to take us on a journey. Hi, Mariam.
Hi, Rita.
How are you?
I'm okay. How are you?
I'm good. You look gorgeous.
Thank you.
Had I said that? I don't know. You're welcome.
Thank you. I'm actually very glad to be here.
Okay, that is flattering. So, Mariam and I, again, as usual, we met on the gram online. I think Instagram or the internet has given me more friends than I've been able to collect on my own. And so, Mariam, I want you to tell us who you are, really.
I am Mariam Mugisha. I graduated with a bachelor's of degree in Petroleum Geoscience and Production. I'm a mother of one, proud to be doing that right now. And I aspire for a community of Muslim mothers, actually mothers from my faith, that are being present with their children. Because you know the day-to-day lifestyle of work home.
Yeah.
It's really my greatest desire for women to be present mothers.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah.
It's something we have kind of put aside because of the dynamics of this time and era, where you're like, okay, the children are going to be there, but the job won't, and we need the money. So when you say present moms, it sounds so traditional, like our moms used to stay home and take care of us.
True.
And now that we have grown, somehow we have been convinced that was not it. I think I would want to know where it comes in for you to think that moms should be or deserve to be present in the lives of their children now.
Yeah, like you see, in the current era, we are basically running 8 to 5 jobs.
Yeah.
And some go up to Saturday as well.
Yeah.
And the only day you get to have for family and being at home is Sunday. And it's the same day you have to catch up with your friends, to catch up with your family, to go for that wedding.
Yes.
So I believe, like, you know, we are evolving. In this new era, there's work from home jobs these days. There's entrepreneurship as well that can give you time to be home, and also flexibility in the workspace. For example, if you leave work at 5, go home, and I know we could be tired, we could have deadlines, but you decide to spend at least 30 minutes to an hour with your child. This it might seem too little right now, but it impacts, because you get to know. You don't get to study the behavior of your child if you're not there the whole day, but at least that 30 minutes would give you a picture of your baby. And as well, they get to know you. They get to feel you. Could be physical. You can get to teach them some few things as well. Yeah. Put them to bed. Read them a story. Then, like on Sunday, when you're home, like, be home. Don't stay in your room on your phone. Like, go and cook a meal for your children, for your family together. Sit at the table with your children and just enjoy their presence. Enjoy their stories. It could be in the car when you're going to take them to school as well. Like, interact with them. You tell them something that could stick to their minds for the rest of their life.
Yeah, that is interesting. So I would want to know, where does this get its roots from? How was it growing up? Take us back home.
Oh, yeah. I grew up in Kampala suburb, a place known as Natete. It was a simple home.
Yeah.
But we were a bit extended. Like, we had a few external relatives living with us.
Yes.
I had my mom present in my life from 0 to 12 years. Like, I remember my mom moved to start real working when I was like in P7.
Wow.
And I felt the drift. Like, I would go back home to a fruit basket on the table to eat. Or she has cooked something new for us to eat. Wow. So I would yearn to go back home every day after school.
Yeah.
And then when she started to work and not to be present, yes, she would pay for the staff to be there, but it felt like, no, where's my mom?
Yeah.
Yeah. And then from that...
How many children were you?
We are 6 children.
Did you all grow up together in the same household?
I have one of my sisters that grew up abroad. But the rest, yes, we grew up in the same household, mostly girls. We're 5 girls and 1 boy.
Oh,
And then, yeah, growing up with my siblings as well, I learned patience and perseverance growing up because some days were good, some days were bad. And being that my dad was the one working for that whole time,
yeah.
when stuff didn't go well, we definitely were on our bad days. Then when stuff went well, we're on our good days. But one thing I'm grateful for is my dad was this kind of gentleman that would come back from work and take us for a walk every single day of our lives.
Wow.
And then we all had turns to like be seated on his head. If he carries me today, tomorrow is the other sister. Then we'd go to the supermarket and go back home. I live with those memories right now because I can, even if something goes wrong, I'm like, my dad actually loved me because he always made sure we go for those walks. He always made sure he was there, like shopping. He'd want the whole list covered. He would do his best to make us happy.
Yeah.
Then my mom being a stay home, for her it was food. My mom was a food
That is
person.
what we do best.
Yeah.
That is what we do best. I love myself a foodie.
Yeah.
Someone who really loves to cook and, invent and lay out a whole table of food for no reason. And then in the evening, they'd be like, oh my God, I'm so broke. Well, that's because you bought too much meat.
Yes.
So growing up, you so many people, not so many people, because it's different for me. I grew up mainly alone. I grew up with my grandmother as an only child. Well, I have siblings, 2 brothers, but I didn't get a chance to grow with them so much.
Yeah.
The time I moved in, I was already now going for boarding, high school.
Yeah.
So it was holidays and everyone was now a teenager. No time to really bond. And then a single parent household. My mom was working. So I have a few memories, especially for Christmas, but not those. And then again, I didn't grow up with a dad. So it feels so good going back home. Like you people have tons of sitting on his shoulders.
Yes,
Oh,
riding
such-
on his back.
Yeah.
And then my aunties as well were always there for us. In a way, we always celebrated our birthdays. Like you would celebrate your birthday at least up to 10. You'd make sure you have cake, you have a party, you have gifts. We'd do it at my grandmother's place. That was just like a walk away.
Yeah.
So we say we go to school during the term. They would combine all birthdays that happened during the term.
Yeah.
So all our cousins, whoever is incorporated in there, like one Sunday in the holiday, we just meet, cut cake, have fun, talk to your siblings, interact. And those memories really mean a lot because you would get gifts. You'd be anxious because my birthday is in Feb.
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh, I'll get to get new gifts in Feb. And those things, they will always seem too small.
Yeah.
But it's what we keep in our memories right now.
Yeah.
And that's how I treasure birthdays. Like, I know there are people in the world that never celebrated a birthday at all. And yet, me, I carry a birthday so important. Like, I have to celebrate it for my children.
Now, for example, for me, it's just today. When was my birthday? 21st August. I was here shooting. Like, we don't care.
Exactly.
Because it was not there growing up. We never
Yes.
celebrated our birthday. All I knew is I could check my baptism card and I knew my birthday.
Yeah.
But there was not a time when we would just sit there and we are cutting cake casually until people have cake. It was not there. So right now to like looking at the world, I also do that for my children on their
Yes.
birthdays. At least we buy cake, we buy gifts, making sure when they grow up, they can look back and remember, oh, my parents really loved me. They
Yes.
celebrated me. So yeah, it's from people like you that we get to learn some of those things when we see how much you treasure some of those.
Yes.
Because you see, there's no guarantee that tomorrow is going to be the same. So when you enjoy a moment, it lives with you.
Yeah.
When a moment also sucks, it also lives with you.
True.
So when you explain or tell a story, most times, I think you asked me why I wanted to talk to people, wanted to tell the stories. It's from your experiences of this realm that we get what we did not get and then pick what we would want to take on for the
Yeah,
next generation, the people that are coming after us. What is your best childhood memory apart from birthdays and supermarket walks?
Oh, I'll be honest, it was food. I'm a foodie. I love eating new food. So I had an auntie that studied food and nutrition at her A level.
Yeah.
So she would come back home and bake for us the new things she had learned that term.
Yeah.
Chocolate cake, biscuits, what. Plus, my mom should also do samosas. So trying out that new thing would make me so happy because, I'm adventurous. I love new things. I get bored with the norm. And
What is the most scandalous food? Something you'd look at and how did I try that? What is the most weird food you have tasted?
I feared Indian food, but now I love it. I would actually die for it because
Oh,
Okay.
growing up, my dad worked with Indians and he'd bring for us Indian food that was too spicy. And I'd be like, no.
how do you guys contain your tongue?
Yes. But now I love Indian food.
I'm still still a great cook. I would cook something good for someone, but there are some items I would not try.
Really?
Yeah, like raw fish, raw tuna.
True.
They can't let us make that to go on. You know, the dishes we had growing up, they still make me feel so much at home. And I also feel like my best childhood memories still connect to food.
Yeah.
The digging, the days at the farm with my grandmother, like those ones, those little ones tending to my own plants. We had the thing of you have an arm, ukweza, mkono guri kweza,
Yeah.
that if you plant something and it does not come out, it's because you did not plant it when you had love in your heart. Maybe they had forced you and you didn't want to do it, so that's why your potatoes did not give
Grow.
you enough potatoes. So next season you'd tend to eat with so much love because you want to compete with the one who had more potatoes last season.
Time, yes.
And it was always looking toward that time that I think I derive my love for our food here more than the acquired taste.
Yes.
So we are going back home. We are looking at your mother cooking all this food and being there for you guys, which is
Yeah.
something you have carried on, and you want to be there for your son or your other children that you're going to have,
Yeah.
and create a community where people or women in your faith could gather. Why is it specifically women in your faith?
If you look at the internet nowadays
Yeah.
and people online, there are so many communities of other faiths. Like there are so many communities, beautiful communities.
Yeah.
But I have realized there's a lack, like there's a shortage in my community. People are not creating spaces where we could share being a mother, being a wife, being a lady in this era,
Yeah.
while being in my faith, in relation to my faith.
Yeah.
So this has triggered me in a way to like sit down and think like, how about I created such a community for those ladies out there?
Do you think that would come? Is it
I
something
think
to do
they
with the
are.
faith, or as individuals like holding back?
Yes.
Or is it because someone hasn't taken the initiative to start such a thing?
They are initiatives. I have seen in some, but
Yeah.
most of them are not here.
Oh yeah, yeah.
They are abroad. You
Yes.
find like ladies in the US. And then for her, she has like stuff she wants to share, but she can't ship them to you because
Yeah.
she's far. So I'm thinking, why don't we have one here whereby I don't have to suffer with shipping?
Yeah.
I don't have to suffer with, we could actually do picnics, meet and greets.
Yes.
The ones that, there are some that are there right now, but we need to go with the evolving era, like the gram, TikTok. I want something that was going with what the people
What
are
is
also growing,
happening.
like, yes. And then another thing is like you say, people hold back.
Yeah.
They really hold back. I really want to take away that fear as well.
Yeah, we still have some trauma as a generation.
Yeah.
We came from the people who were brought up by people that had been through slavery, and all that fear was imparted on them, and then they also brought us up in that same fear, but it no longer serves us now. We are kind of free. We can do whatever we want. We can dress up and show up whenever, wherever.
Yeah.
So it's important that we create those platforms where people feel free to be, and the idea or the notion of shame and guilt
Yeah.
goes away, so that we can live freely. Because if something happened, it happened. So what? You had no control about it.
True.
So instead of beating yourself to bed or holding back, so and so shouldn't know this happened to me, it's so shameful. Who termed it shameful? Like, can we break those? Can we normalize some of those things?
Yeah.
We cannot wait to see the community thrive. I know And I hope it's going to be such a good place that even me, I can show up in a hijab and pretend because I do not know any words. Hey, accidentally someone says salam alaikum and I'm like, yeah, we are okay, we are very fine. We are very fine. So there's something I always ask people I host.
Yes.
We have no guarantee of tomorrow. All we have is today, all we know is yesterday.
Yes.
And as we move, we tend to do things without knowing the impact.
Yeah.
For example, when you're born, you never know. Every day that goes, you're growing. Every day that goes, you're growing. When you start a habit or something that you want to cultivate, every day, everything you do in that day contributes to the results of 5 years from now.
True.
So, as a young woman growing a young family, so faithful in your religion and everything you're doing, what is the one thing you would want the world to remember you if you're no longer here?
First of all, I would want to be that engineer that loved. I want to be an engineer that did multitasking, like an engineer that's a mother, that's excelled at being a wife, that excelled at being a woman of my faith. Like, I want to be an all-round person. So I want them to know me as that engineer that was good in...
And limitless.
Yes.
Oh, that is nice. Most women, actually, I think, most women, it's that the world never actually give us platform now that I think about it. Because we do almost everything.
True. We do.
We need to strike. After this show, we need to strike because what? So that is such a good thing for you to say you're educated, you're a mother, you're a wife, you're a daughter, a sister, and you have excelled in
all those spaces.
Like you have shown up as you, and in all aspects you have given it your best, and now here you are. Yeah. So there are no limits. Yeah. Parting shot, and we close the show.
First of all, I'm grateful for being here once again. You inspire me a lot, given that I love to cook. Not forgetting, I did my first luombo from your YouTube.
The cooking nuts, guys. Yes. And subscribe to.
And I'd like the world to know that this world is a bigger place for all of us to thrive.
Yeah,
you could just start today and thrive. We have so many ideas. I know we sit on so much. But the reason why it came to your mind, it means that it could start from there and build from there.
Yeah.
Yeah. And everyone should subscribe to the Good Old Days. Oh, yeah. I hope my children get to see this at some time in life.
Yeah. We are hopeful. We are all doing this. This is why I was saying on a daily, everything we do contributes to the wholesome, the lump sum of the things we've been able to achieve maybe in 5 years or 1 year. So maybe one day we'll sit back and say, let's see how far we have come. And this will be the good old days. Like we talked about this is what was happening on this day. And here we are now. We are so much bigger than how we felt back in the day. All the limitations we had or we have now, we'll be able to look back at them and be like, oh, wow, we actually bet that.
Yeah.
Yeah. And here we are. I cannot wait for that day. We are going to stay in touch, and very soon we'll look back and say, wow, we have done so well for this generation and the ones to come.
True.
Thank you so much for coming, for honoring my invite and showing up. I know you've come from far. And yeah, maybe you should say one of the things that I promised the people, an Arabic word. Salam, watch it, end it out.
I'll say Jazakallahu khair. It's like, thank you for the work you're doing.
Oh.
Yeah.
Maybe also to Allah. So thank you so much. And I'll see you soon in my next episode. Please remember to subscribe and ciao.